So we're playing Silent Hill 2.
Restless Dreams.
Restless Dreams. Well, Restless Dreams is the subtitle for the specific version we are playing.
Oh, okay.
Which is the Xbox version.
Okay.
Which is slightly different as I understand it. Now,
okay.
I have never played this game.
Do you have Restless Dream Syndrome?
So I don't really know what I'm
Riddle level.
So action level, I'm gonna go with normal.
Yeah,
and riddle level, I'm gonna go with normal.
Yeah. I want easy action but hard riddles.
Well, that's a cool thing.
It is. No, it is. It is. It's totally cool. I mean, I've never even heard of. I mean, I would say that they probably mean puzzles.
Yes.
There's probably not actual riddles that you're having to answer, although that would be very Hobbit-esque and cool. So yeah, this game I played a long time ago. And it scared me then. I'm guessing it's gonna scare me now. Like, I couldn't play this alone. I can't play horror games alone.
I'm a big horror baby.
Yeah.
In that, it was exacerbated by the... Wow, this is not a clean bathroom. It was exacerbated by the fact that I lived alone for quite a while.
Yeah.
And I played most of my games at night in a mostly dark apartment by myself.
It's the worst.
Which is not a good environment to play horror
horror
games in.
No, it's not. Well, it's perhaps the best.
So, and also as a technical note, I am... this will get taking some used to. One of the reasons I have not played a lot of horror games is because of the controls.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I remember hating the controls.
Forward is forward. It is not like in relative. Like,
well, and like you never know if the camera's gonna flip. Like those games where you're walking one way, camera angle changes, then you're walking the opposite direction.
I have a hard time with pre-rendered stuff.
Yes. All right, maybe won't be as scared this time around.
If we are playing this in the day,
it is daytime
as a team,
and I'm noticing the graphics are from.
It's a little dated
from the
PS2 era.
And the
reason we're not playing the HD version is because that version is supposed to be dog shit.
Yeah.
In my restless dreams, I see that town, Silent Hill.
And my leg twitches.
But in regards to technical stuff, I have never recorded a game on the original Xbox, but playing it on the 360, so we'll see how this ends up working out.
It's a jolly little experiment in Silent Hill.
So as I understand the plot to this game...
This is our special place, Woody.
Is that he gets a letter from his wife from Silent Hill.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I do... Okay, well, here we go.
So maybe it will explain
and that's what I love about these games is just the tone. Like, the tone and atmosphere you won't be able to take away no matter the graphical, what's scary to you now.
So we'll see how this game's holding up, considering you played it a long-ass time ago and I've never played it.
Yeah, I played it at the suitable time to be playing it.
So yeah, he gets a letter from his wife who is dead.
A dead person can't write a letter. So you think. Yeah, everything's vague. It's always so vague in Silent Hill.
And
the damn
this
disease.
Is considered to probably be the best game in the series. It's definitely the least connected to the other ones, I think.
Yeah.
They kind of started a trend of maybe trying to have a more concrete plot and
look at that background, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's just like photo. Yeah, totally. That's hilarious. And then the CG trees, like, full, like, lush.
It's like, I don't really have a problem with that. It's usually you get in the mindset.
It's more just fun. It'll be fun to notice these, little, things in time. Is she really alive? But yeah, no, I think you're right. Off camera, we were kind of discussing the continuity of the Silent Hill franchise, and they all do kind of amalgamate, too, because, I've played I never played the original.
Okay, so let's see, my controls. This is just slow walk. If I hold A, I run.
You sure do.
I don't know if this is limited or...
He has great form.
I don't have a map of this area.
Some good...
Okay, no, I don't have to hold A to run. I just start running after a while.
Nice shoe sound so
far. Creepy rape van.
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat. Rape van, garbage can.
Okay, so I do have a map. It's just in the car.
That's pretty... Always forgetting your keys.
This is so weird.
And your maps.
It's one of those things, tank controls can work.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, like, play them when they were a thing, they're hard to get used to.
Totally. I mean, there's so many games. I mean, that's the thing, is, like...
Okay, now do I have a map? Yes.
And we couldn't, and, like, so many things...
Silent Hill, not a large place.
No, it's
apparently.
Not. It really isn't.
Lakeside Amusement Park.
God.
Oh, boy.
See, I never got there. Yeah, but I probably played halfway through the game before it was too scary.
Nathan Avenue.
Not Nathan Lane.
Okay.
Zam, baby! That's the kind of comedy you can expect, people. The best kind.
Just low-level puns.
How cool would it be if it was Nathan Lane and they just totally didn't?
Okay, good. I thought the game froze for a second.
Right, yeah, just smoke starts coming out of the Xbox. This game is too old.
Well, I don't know. Xbox?
Jeez.
The 360's backwards compatibility is such, like, a crapshoot.
Yeah. I will say, it's interesting how the graphics contribute to creating the effect.
Well, and this is one of those things, too. It's, like, it's probably 99% a possibility that the reason fog exists in Silent Hill is because it needed to for technical reasons.
That's a really great point.
It is foggy because if you actually saw the full game's draw distance, it would look awful.
Right, it's like the difference between like a modern game, let's say like an Alan Wake in the genre, where it's like the fog, but then there's also sort of lush environments. Whereas with this, it's like, chicken or the egg. It's like, you want that atmosphere, but also you want to like think that it's like rendered,
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in games like that where it was something that was like originally a technical issue, later became an aesthetic.
It's kind of one of my favorite discussion points. Is just about gaming and like what technical. And I mean, like things like this, like love the like cut to rendered.
Oh, that's
picture.
A really creepy line.
Oh,
Pooping around inside my skull.
Like my skull's being molested. Ooh, so
cool.
Do not throw your Xbox out the window while saving.
So yeah, this is how far I've gotten in this game before. 3 minutes.
Yeah, like, oh god, no. That's awesome that you had a save of 3 minutes, though. Just like, never
this
actually...
is an old school loading screen.
Yeah, it is. It's an act... Yeah, I mean, look at the blood red face.
And these, the menu sound effects and stuff.
Yeah.
That is, like, an artifact.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's the stuff, it's like...
Okay, see, look, this is confusing. See, I came
right, and then it inverted.
That way,
yes,
and
exactly.
then it inverted, so now I have to go this way to your floor.
Yeah. A couple of those early PS2 games, like Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, that one had such terrible controls, in my opinion, and it was a lot of the same sort of issues of just mechanical camera and, like, giving you that 360 panoramic thing, but then it's, like, so unruly. Jeez. Right into the graveyard.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the signature
pre-rendered
Silent Hill.
cutscenes.
Yeah. Pre-rendered cutscenes. This is the
kind
sort
of
last...
something of a bygone era.
It's kind of the last great era, of the cutscene. Although,
nowadays there's really no point to pre-rendered cutscenes because in-game footage looks
just
as good.
Definitely.
Or at least good enough that you don't need to pay for pre-rendered cutscenes.
And just the right, exactly. It's like... It's like with this... It's weird how with this... In the past, see, exactly. It's like, that was creating the illusion, and it was more immersive, whereas now, being pulled into a cinematic where you're not controlling the game is less immersive, and it's just sort of that. Just the graphics catching up with
they needed to make up for the
design.
limits of the engine.
Exactly, yeah. And yet, so often, the limitations of the engine created amazing games.
Yeah. She has some really jerky arm movement.
Well, yeah.
Well, like, if you look at, like, the number of frames in her arm movement, her model is moving at, like, 10 frames a second.
Right. Yeah, like, half of them are, like, torso, like, slight changing of torso. Oh, that mouth. Who is this? This isn't his wife.
It's a woman in a graveyard.
Yeah.
She basically warned him not to go into Silent Hill, because...
Okay, for a second.
it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
Why would anyone want to go to Silent Hill?
Right.
Who is it?
Well, and that's the thing that I personally always appreciated was, like, you know, like, unlike Resident Evil, like, it's like Raccoon City or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
but, like, with this, it's like Silent Hill's kind of a state of being, you know? Like,
Well,
that's always
and
been sort of
everybody always
metaphoric.
has a reason to go to Silent Hill.
Right. And it's shrouded in secrecy and silence, you know, and horror,
I thought my father and brother would
you know?
have it.
I mean, whether or not it's directly supposed to be just sort of your subconscious, the
Yeah.
repressed memories.
Some kind of weird purgatory.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I haven't played a bunch of the series, but it's one of those. It's so ever present in like gaming culture that you just sort of absorb a lot of information. Even if you haven't played them.
Very influential, you know, because it like it was at that time when, like, you know, games were, you know, like you had your late era PS1, like final, you know, full on RPGs with crazy stories, and even, you know, like,
This is not the way I came in.
no, it doesn't. I hope not. Yeah, no, you're good. But, like, it showed that you don't have to just have, like, linear storytelling and able to still have a very memorable experience, though, in gaming. Even though you could tell a linear story if you wanted to, but let's have it be as frightening as possible.
You can see,
God.
10 feet in front
That's
of you.
scary. I mean, just a car, you know? What's that creepy truck? Barbed wire. You know, it's like they really think of everything to be as creepy as it can be. Oh, God. I don't think you run into people for a while, though. Silent Hill Range.
Okay, look, I'm tired because I've been running.
Yeah, this is something I remember when in the heat of combat, is that you can only run for so long. Much like life. There is fatigue. But yeah, it's not until, God, see, I'm already kind of, see, it is spooky. Never mind.
very spooky.
Revoking. It's
Revoking
very
any kind of apprehension.
Revoking, never mind. It is still scary.
Spooky shit.
Because it's what it does to your mind, you know? Like, a lot of great games just do the same things that are, like, when you're like, if you were walking this in real life, it would be kind of spooky. And you would be, you know, obviously, there's the threat of the undead in our world, as far as we know, but, but, you know, it's like, still...
When you were walking over here today, you
Yeah,
were not worried
I know,
you were
right,
going to be jumped by,
fending
like,
off.
a monster made of sewn-together skin that spews acid at your face.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it is daylight, so who knows when I leave what we'll encounter. But that's always my fear, is that, like, in life, just that it's a big, like, it's like one day life's gonna get me. Like, gotcha. Like, actually, it turns out your greatest fear is real, and here's the crazy monster that's gonna eat you now. You know, like, like that it's gonna be an ironic death based off of joking about Silent Hill not being real, and then it is real, and I am in Silent Hill, and I am crazy. Yeah, why does it always? It's interesting that it always starts camera center, dead on your character.
I have no idea where the hell I'm going right now.
You know, I think a part of that is just, it's also a spook factor, because they want you to spin the camera around, and then there's critters.
Well, I have absolutely no camera control. So...
Okay, gotcha. Or spin the, meaning by you move forward, and then it's like, oh, reveal. Like, there's multiple, I think that's a part of it. Kind of like in Resident Evil, where the load screens, like, you would be scared, because you would load into a room of zombies, potentially.
Yep, just walking down the side of the road.
Some nice Foley work on those feet.
Did you ever watch that show Judgment Day on G4 with, like,
with Tommy Tallarico?
Tommy Tallarico.
And
because he was, like, a sound designer, and he would always, like, talk about how...
Yes.
There was Advent Rising.
Right, I was just going to say, what
like,
was that?
rant about how... Because he did the music
Those
on
are
it.
some,
like,
yeah.
I had really good footstep sounds on that. And, like, he gave it, like, a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I know, it's like...
That game is shit, too.
Just, like, you know, not nepotism, but, you know, like... Yeah, I heard, yeah, that was my favorite part, is that, like, the other dude, I think, even, like, gave it, like, a 7. Like, you know, just, like, and that even seemed, like, piecemeal. Flower shop.
Okay, cool.
Cafe Texan and Cafe Mist. The rival cafes. The cafe district. Gonzalez's.
Is it like the Deco district of Warfare
Yeah,
Town?
exactly, yeah, this is very deco. Flowers celebrating 70 years.
Well, it's like, our small
of death.
town has an area of
yes.
town called the quote-unquote Deco
The
District.
Deco District.
Which is like 4 buildings.
Yeah. It's...
And that's being charitable.
It's like a street.
Yeah. And really only one of them is Deco. Okay, that's obviously...
The bridge is technically... But that's you can't really call that a district, can you? You know?
Yeah, that's
it's
a
more
bridge.
of a... It's a bridge. It's a bridge. Really, if it weren't for the bridge, there wouldn't be a Deco District. I would say also we live in a foggy coastal town, so this is very,
yes.
it is very... There have been many nights where I've been like, this is Silent Hill. Like, when it's extremely foggy,
yes.
and as Woody pointed out, I walk. I'm a walker, aka a non-driver. So,
that's really what walking means.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah, it's one of those guilt by non-admission, like, oh boy. Okay.
Well, that's a lot of blood and a thing.
And that's a thing, and that's at least it's not coming towards you.
Oh, great.